Hey everyone, Rico Views here. It is White Rice Wednesday, which means time for my Survivor recap. This is going to be a short one tonight. Really not that much going on. So Aaron was pissed that Ronnie got voted out last week, and he has a right to be pissed off because that was his only alliance member, so now he's basically a one-man alliance. But you don't want to make that about your whole game because now it just puts a bigger target on your back. Around the Purple Tribe, Nora is acting a little bit neurotic and again putting a big target on her back. And you really come off as a big threat when you have a big mouth out there. And I think Nora is a nice person, but I think she just comes across as a little crazy. It's a little weird. If any of you have ever watched Gilmore Girls, Nora reminds me a lot of Lorelai Gilmore. She's a bit annoying out there, and she's just like da 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 all the time. Her and Jason are both on the outs. They seem to have their own alliance going on. They know they're on the bottom. They're very well. I have to give them credit. They are very self-aware to what's going on around them, and they're not just giving up. They're trying to do something about it. So, last week we obviously saw Island of the Idols, and somebody pulled Rob pulled a name. Not Rob. Oh my God. Elizabeth pulled a name out of a hat, and it was Kelly from the Purple Tribe. So when she's all freaking out, I think she's a little bit too hard on herself. But Kelly gets up there, she sees the two statues, and she sees Boston Rob and Sandra come up, and starstruck. And she's starstruck, she's nervous, all these emotions hitting her at once. But little does she know, her lesson is already beginning. Sandra and Rob are like telling all this information about each other, and I kind of thought that was going to be their lesson, because at the end she had to repeat, it was not really repeat, but she had to answer questions based on what she said, like what branch of the army did Sandra's husband serve, and stuff like that. And she didn't want to do it at first, but then Rob sweetened the pot and said that, well, at first she had to answer 5 questions to get an idol that was good for 2 days. Now she only has to get 3 right, and the idol's good for 3 tribal councils, and she got 3 right, so now she has a hidden immunity idol. And not only does she have a hidden immunity idol, but Chelsea finds one without a clue, which is impressive. She wasn't even looking for one, actually. She was just going to get firewood. Not firewood, but she was actually going to get firewood because they just got a fire started, and she found an idol. So that is awesome. I feel like the women are killing it this season. I hope it's going to be how the women's alliance dominated, but I hope it's not going to be as awful as it was. It was kind of like a lot of people in the Survivor community think it's one of the worst seasons. But so the immunity challenge looked very intense. They had to get a ladder from the bottom of the ocean, and they had to use the ladder to get a bag, and then they had to go across on the ladder and roll a ball that had to go on 3 targets. And at first it actually looked like it was going to be a blowout, but it ended up being orange that won immunity, so maybe they might have broken the orange team curse. So, sending purple to tribal council. So, now the question is who to get rid of. Jason and Nora are easy votes because Nora's a bit neurotic. Jason put a target on his back because day 1 he's out there looking for an idol. But Nora wants to flip it because she said she can't stand Molly because she's like, oh, I'm the underdog. Oh, I'm this and that. Those are the popular kids. I don't really see it like that. I mean, sure, they're on the outs, but it's not like, it seems like everybody gets along with everyone and there's not like cliques. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand if she felt that way, if there's like these groups, it just seems like everybody's just fitting in well together. I can maybe understand why Jason might feel like that. I don't know. I just don't see it. Like, there have been some moments on Survivor where there has been, like, kind of clicky and there's been bullies out there, but I don't feel like they're like that. So, they feel like Molly's controlling the game and that she should go home. The other tribe members don't know what to do because Jason is an easy vote, but he could have an idol in his pocket, so they want to split the votes between Jason and Nora. They also think Molly might be an interesting choice to get out because this might be the only chance to get her out. So Tribal Council, it's still very interesting seeing Sandra and Rob listen in, but it basically was Jason fighting for his life out there. He doesn't want to go home. He actually dumps his bag out to say, hey, I don't have an idol. He questions Jamal why he didn't bring a bag. He says, you're too comfortable. But again, they are playing two different games at this point. And it ended up being a blindside and having Molly go home. And I'm very disappointed because she was one of my picks to win. I seriously thought... Did I think Molly would win? No, but I definitely think I definitely thought she would at least make the merge, like be an early merge vote out. Like, she didn't come across as a big threat to me. If anything, I thought they would have gotten rid of Jamal first or something. Him being a bigger guy and everything, or at least Jason, because for all they know, they thought he had an idol in his pocket. I do have to give Janet credit because usually she's an older woman like her would be the first to go, but she's found herself useful and she's proven herself out there. So Janet should be major props to Janet. So next week shows that the Orange Tribe Iron wants to bring Vince into a guys alliance, and Vince is like, oh, they're a bunch of dumbasses. Are you serious? So that's fun. And somebody gets injured, so I'm like, oh, are they gonna be medevaced or? Because their hand looks like they're sliced open. So yeah, always fun on Survivor. I hope you guys enjoyed my recap. And if you guys want to check out Survivor, it is on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. on CBS. Until next time, stay regal.